Okay, that's good.
You can edit it later.
No, I can't. I'm not supposed to. That's good. Alright, so slideshow. Okay. So hi, I'm Angela Paulson, known as Smith for school. And thank you guys for coming. Thanks for coming to listen to me. I know I'm supposed to have 5 adults, but given the circumstances, I'm doing the best I can. So basically, I'm just going to talk about marijuana. It's an informative speech, so I just want to let you guys know, because you're in medical field, you probably know a lot about this anyway, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so medical marijuana versus regular marijuana, right? So to introduce my topic is, I'm going to do a video for you guys. I'd like you to watch it for just a second. This is Charlotte, my daughter. She's 6.
She doesn't look like your typical marijuana user, but this is what Charlotte Figge looks like when she doesn't use marijuana. Suffering from a rare form of epilepsy called Dravet syndrome, she's dealt with violent seizures since she was a newborn, as many as 300 seizures a week.
This is Charlotte's medicine.
With more than a dozen pharmaceuticals failed, her desperate mom tried a last resort last year, cannabis oil, medical marijuana.
It's potent, it's strong, it's like a, not sauce, it's spicy, but it's got some kick.
The results have been astounding. Charlotte, who's been unable to walk or talk or eat, is now dancing and playing, and down to just 2 or 3 seizures a week. She failed everything in 7.
So basically, like I said, my topic is about medical marijuana and some of the benefits of actually having it. So, and this is kind of more of a personal touch to me as well, which is why I chose it. So the actual definition of medical marijuana is when you actually take the different portions of the plant, you break it down, and you turn it into medical use for patients to be able to treat their symptoms of any types of illnesses or other conditions that would be beneficial in using it. So it's kind of an alternative to a chemical, so to say. So why do I have this interest? Number one, my first interest was actually started because of my history. I've been in the medical field for 14, 15 years, and so I started in a doctor's office, and from there I went to EMT school, then paramedic, and then now nursing and some further education now. So over the years I've gotten an opportunity to hear from patients and people, family, friends, being on rescue, that kind of stuff. So firsthand, I get to hear it, so it's become more and more interesting to me. And now, as the times have trended a little bit more, it's becoming more acceptable. And as you know, we've had some advances in it recently. And it also involves my family. So I'll tell you why. I was first introduced to it when I was a child, and of course, it wasn't legal then, and it was more recreational use. But I also have a family member who has actually used it several times, and she's had multiple back surgeries, and this was introduced to, and it was a real close family member to me, and she started using it not to get high, but it was just more or less, a hit, 1 or 2, and miraculously her pain got tremendously better. She could get around and do her daily activity living stuff that she needed to do throughout the day. Like I said before, firsthand from my patients and my family, and then continued research. So, and as science and technology evolves, so does the benefits of marijuana. So, also involving the family was a family conflict because my grandparents were introduced to it as far as some issues that my grandfather has, which is now Alzheimer's. So, where he's lost so much weight because of his loss of appetite. Like, he lost 3 notches on his belt. That's huge, and it's within the last 6 months. So, he literally, my big muscular Marine grandfather, now is this tiny 90-pound, 6'3" man, tiny, very tiny. But prior to his Alzheimer's really setting in, when the voting came along for Florida, he was absolutely no. I tried to explain it to him. He told me that's for junkies. Well, like I said, other people in my family, like my parents, with surgeries and everything, have benefited from using it. And then mine was just recreational when I was a child. So, but involving myself, I've had the benefit of learning it from my patients as well, from being firsthand, being told. So the vote came along. So now we have pros and cons about medical marijuana. So some of the cons is it can be abused. It's not accepted by employers yet. You do need a prescription from a physician. So that's also kind of a pro. So if you want to be able to control it and use it medicinally, then you do need a physician. It can alter your motor functions and your judgment. So there are precautions as far as like driving, machinery, that kind of thing. And it's not FDA approved yet. Eventually, hopefully it will be. So they're still working on that. Some of the pros, like I said, HIV or AIDS, appetite enhancer, goes along with chemotherapy patients as well. The control of seizures, like the video that you just seen. The control of pain as well, numbness and tingling, neuropathy patients. And another, like I said, a pro would be having a physician control it and prescribe it, just like we do any of our other prescriptions. So it's being monitored by a physician. It is available in 2 forms as of right now, and those are the names, Marinol and Sesamet. I've not seen them yet, but it comes in many forms. Oil, you can eat it. It can be in a liquid extract, vaporized, candies, foods. Those are just some examples there. So conclusion, why be an advocate? Because of all of the previous reasons I said before. So right now it's approved by the state, but it's not federally approved yet. So someone told me you end up getting pulled over by the cops. You're going to get in trouble by the state, not by the state police, but by the Florida, Highway Patrol, so FDA. So anyways, huge advocate. Science is always evolving. Technology is always evolving. They go hand in hand. So that's my personal touch on why marijuana, hopefully is going to be part of our future. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Let me stop it.